Settle his guy down. Yeah, just underway, so a lot of softball to go. I want to pile up that pitch count if you can all help it. Pinder going back to work here. 2-0 count, shows bunt, takes strike one. I'm not a big fan of giving up a strike like that. 2-0, I'm looking to hit. That's the hitter's count. You know, the pitcher's trying to groove one in there. You got to be ready to swing at that. 2-1 though instead. Here's the 2-1 delivery. Drives it to the right side. Over to first base in time. That is the third out, and they get a couple of runners on board, but nothing doing. Abaco threatens. Can't score. Eleuthera coming up the bat for the first time. It'll be Nemore leading things off for Eleuthera here. Sheldon Nemore, followed by Micah Bethel and Teran Wood. Those are your top three batters for Eleuthera. We'll give you the defensive alignment for this Abaco team as they take the field for the first time. On the mound will be Frederick Cornish. His battery made behind the plate, Leon Cooper. Let's take a look at the infield. Over at first base is Denzel Pinder. At second today, Makio Belu. Third baseman Mark Douglas. Shortstop will be Trayvon Heel. And as we move to the outfield, left to right now, Theophilus Wallace will be in left field. In center field is there Demetrius Roll. In right field, Jared Douglas. By the way, Eleuthera using the DH today, so their DH is Orlando McPhee. First three hitters, Sheldon Nemore, Micah Bethel, Teran Wood. And they will look to see if they can get something going here in the bottom half of this first inning. Abaco had a couple of base runners, in case you're just joining us. Couldn't push anything across, and here we are. Head to the bottom. There's little Joe Johnson. Well, I tell you, if two of those could come out of retirement, I'm surprised Van didn't put on a uniform ready to play. Tuki and Teran, two brothers. We've got a good look at them batting second and third here today. So here is Sheldon Nemore to lead things off for Eleuthera, facing off against Freddie Cornish. Freddie's not a bad pitcher. He can get some strikes across the plate. He's going to look to do just that as this game gets underway here. I don't know when the last time Freddie pitched, but didn't look too hard on that first pitch. But I'll knock it up as first pitch chips. Cornish, again missing away, 2-0, but that's a little at least in the area. 2-0 now to the leadoff man, Sheldon Nemore. And he gets him with a changeup, took a little something off, 2-1. Two balls, one strike. And here's Cornish once again with the delivery. Missing away, 3-1. Three-one pitch. Misses for ball four, and they got a man on board. Leadoff man walks, and here is Micah Bethel coming to the plate. Now look to see what the strategy is for Eleuthera here. They try to play a little small ball, perhaps move the runner along with a bunt. Or will they just do a straight steal? Ball gets past the catcher. That's going to allow the runner to advance, so you don't have to worry about that anymore. Throw down to second base, but he's well safe. So Michael Bethel with a runner in scoring position here. If he can put it in play, make it at least a productive out. And again it gets past Leon. Two fastballs, two misses, two flat out misses behind the plate there. So two gift bases A runner now within scoring position, and that's going to get away. The catcher again on a wild pitch and in the score. An easy run there, and I thought, well, I tell you what, Freddie Cornish right now is not helping his cause. He and the catcher have yet to connect properly. And just like that, it's a 1-0 lead. Count 3-0 to Michael Bethel, and Cornish has not come close with any of these pitches. And as I said, he throws a strike. 3-1. Driven to the outfield. And drifting over to make the catch, the left fielder for out number 1. That's the right fielder, sorry, making the catch. One gone. As Michael Bethel flies out. And here is Taran Wood batting in the third spot now for this Eleuthera squad. And Pooh shows butt. Did he go? Yes, indeed, says the umpire. I don't know if I've ever seen Pooh bunt in a situation like this. Very interesting that he would try that. But he's got 2 strikes now. Here's the pitch. And takes it for a ball. We are just underway here in our evening session game. Team Eleuthera up against Team Andros. Abaco, sorry. This is the top of the bottom of the first inning. Abaco able to put 2 runners on, unable to score in the top half of the frame. Now here we are in the bottom half. And he tried to throw a changeup. And he bounced it in there for another ball. Very interesting matchup here tonight between these 2 squads. It's our first day of softball here at these Bahamas games. Here's a good look at the umpire, Major behind the plate, and Andrew Baston, the first base umpire. As Pooh showing some acrobatics there, able to get out of the way of that one. Taran Wood in the batter's box for Eleuthera with 1 gone. And he's going to get a gift package from Freddie Cornish. A wry grin on the face of Freddie Cornish as he lets that one go. With 2 strikes on him, I don't know if there was any intent behind that, but Pooh will say, boy, he meant to hit me. But he'll feel it tomorrow nonetheless. And here is little, I think his little brother, big brother, I'm not sure which one it is, but here's Marvin Wood now. Toogie Wood at the plate. Toogie, who likes the high pitch, almost went after that high one, but it's ball 1 instead. One 0 count. And again, missing high. 2-0. So Cornish can't seem to find a strike zone here. Here in the bottom half of the inning. Gets that one in. That's going to be trouble. Drops in for a base hit as Wood will stop at second base. A single for his brother Marvin. So Toogie will say, see, I told you I could still hit this. It's just a 1-0 game here in the inning. Just underway. The leadoff man, Sheldon Nemore, came around to score after a couple of wild pitches. Since then, now the runners on first and second, and this is the 5th man to bat in the inning. Shankiel Delancey playing second base today for this Eleuthera squad. And I'll say it again. Eleuthera with a 1-0 lead here in the bottom of the first inning. We are just underway. And somehow he was able to beat that throw out. And that'll bring up now Orlando McPhee. AKA, now this is another one of those nicknames that I don't understand. Orlando McPhee, his nickname is Smitty. Try and figure that one out. And Smitty will offer at a high fly ball just behind the plate. Catcher comes over and makes the catch, but that'll be out number 3. So Eleuthera had something going there for a minute. They do punch one and run across, but that'll be all she wrote. Our score at the end of 1, it's a 1-0 score. Eleuthera with a slight lead as we head now to the top of the second in just a few seconds. As you can see, got a pretty good crowd on hand here at the Blue Jays playing fields. Here at the Bankers Field, where we typically play fast pitch softball. And I'm not surprised by this, because anytime if you have the Nationals, if you have the Bahamas games, whatever it is with softball, fast pitch softball always seems to draw a good crowd. Softball has a lot of fans, and you can see tonight they are definitely out in abundance. I'd probably say this is probably one of the more well-attended events that we've seen so far at these Bahamas games. It's Eleuthera going up against Abaco as we move to the top of the second inning. Pinder back on the mound now, trying to maintain this slight lead. And it'll be Mark Douglas. Sorry, that's looks like Theophilus Wallace will lead things off. So Theophilus Wallace will lead things off, followed by Denzel Pinder and Makio Belu. Wallace, the left fielder, looks at a pitch now coming in from Pinder. And just high, says the umpire, for a ball. One ball, no strikes to Wallace. That's in there, strike 1. Count even 1-1 now to Wallace. And that one's high and tight. Did it get him? Well, he's getting back into batter's box, so it doesn't look like he got hit. Ball didn't change trajectory, so I think he was able to get out of weight. Well, no, you couldn't have told me I wouldn't have got hit in that situation. I'd have acted like I did, that's for sure. Umpire would have had to have seen it. Take the free base. Instead, he takes another strike. He's got 2 strikes on him here. So here is Wallace. Here's the pitch coming in, and he fouls it away to stay alive. Top of the second inning here at the Blue Jays playing field. First night of softball here at these Bahamas games. Currently on the field, Abaco against Eleuthera. Eleuthera on the field, but Abaco at the plate. Theophilus Wallace trying to stay alive. And here's the pitch coming in from Pinder. Takes another swing at it and comes up empty. Strike 3. So Wallace down on strikes for the first out, and that'll bring up Denzel Pinder. Blew the fastball right by him. And now Pinder will try to see if he can get something. Pinder versus Pinder. Strike one. See the laughter there from the third base coach, giving him a like, dude, you weren't even close. So here is the 1-1 pitch coming in from Pinder to Pinder. Boy, the changeup fooled him in there for a strike. I mean, he could not swing the bat even if he wanted to. He was locked up. Absolutely gorgeous changeup that time for Sheldon Pinder. And he had Denzel Pinder completely fooled. Now it's in your head. You wonder if he's going to throw it again. Instead, he comes back with a fastball and hits right on top of the dugout where we are. 2 strikes on the hitter. Ball and 2 strikes now to Denzel Pinder. I'd come right back with that changeup right here. You got him set up. Instead, he goes, tries to throw a fastball. And misses. 2-2. Perfect situation to come right back with that changeup. It's all geared up. You threw him 2 fastballs in a row. Throw the changeup away if you can, and should have him locked up. There it is. Didn't throw the changeup, but threw the fastball on the outside edge, and that was good enough to get the job done. 2 gone. And here is Makio Belu coming to the plate. Second baseman Belu seeing getting his first look, I should say, at Sheldon Pinder here. 2 up, 2 down. Both go down virtue of the strikeout. Try to put a little something extra on that one. Bounces it in for a ball, and see Marvin Toogie Wood going over to have a word. Probably saying, no, listen, you don't need anything extra here. Just throw strikes. Belu looks to be pretty young in this situation. He doesn't look more than 15 years old. He's looks like a young kid. And probably that's what Marvin told him, is like, listen, it's not going to hurt you with the bat. It's not going to hit it out of the ballpark. If he makes contact, let's get the out. But he is behind now. 2 balls, no strikes. And you'd be helping the offense here if you can get. And look at that. Like I said, he does make contact here, but it's weak contact. And all you got to do is make the play. You should be out of the inning and coming back up to bat again. You don't necessarily need a strikeout. What you do need, though, is not to give up a walk. 2-1. And here's the 2-1 pitch from Pinder. Blows it right by him. He's way late, as you can tell. So, again, inexperienced. You can see the batter is not used to this type of velocity. Just got to put it across the plate. Again, if he makes contact, it's not likely he's going to hit a home run here. But here's the 2-2 pitch. Let's see what he does with it. And he does get a piece of it, staying alive. 2 balls, 2 strikes. You can see both sides of the park filled with fans now. Pleasant evening as the sun went down. Out came more people. Usually how it works. Two-two. And he strikes him out. So he goes down on strikes as Pinder strikes out the side. 1, 2, 3. And we head now to the bottom of the second. With Eleuthera coming back up to bat. They're up 1-0. looking to add on when we come ready to start the bottom of the inning. Good food, good music, good fun here at the Bankers Field. Looking for some entertainment, something to check out at these Bahamas games. Why not come on down here and enjoy some softball action? Good to see fast pitch back again. And we hope that after the Bahamas games are over, some of these islands that are no longer playing fast pitch maybe reignite their leagues and get back into it. Especially during that COVID period time, a lot of sports died off, and in the Family Islands especially. So perhaps maybe a revival will be in order following this, as I'm sure they'd like to have much better showings in 3 years' time when these games come back again. But tonight it's all about day one. Eleuthera back at the plate. And swinging away at the first pitch he sees. Is Jeffrey Bethel. Leading things off now for Eleuthera. Following him will be Kendrick Davis, and then G. Bethel coming up behind him. And another big swing comes up empty. 2 quick strikes now to Jeffrey Bethel. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Gets him, strike 3, look it. He knew it too. He was making the walk toward the dugout even as he almost hits his teammate walking out of the dugout there. So Jeffrey Bethel goes down on strikes. Here is Kendrick Davis now at the plate. Strike 1. Davis looks like he didn't like the call, but the umpire has been pretty consistent with that. Drives it to the shortstop with a quick out, and 2 gone. That's actually the third baseman, Mark Douglas, that made the snag. 2 up, 2 down for Eleuthera. And here now is G. Bethel, younger brother of he takes a big swing. Can't find the softball for strike 1. Although it did sound like he might have gotten a little piece of it. The corner seems to have settled in now after a rough first inning. He only gave up the 1 run, but he had some control issues. Now it looks as if he's found his groove again. Gets away from the catcher. Count 1-1. And that is Little G, as we call him. At the plate now for Eleuthera, his older brother, Garfield Bethel. Longtime member of the national team as a catcher. And did he go? First base umpire says, no, he did not. 2-1. Two-one pitch. Inside. Oh, no, they're going to call that a strike. G. Bethel spun out away of it, but the umpire says, no, sir, it caught the pig. 2-2 here. Cornish tries to change up, bounces it in there. Count will run full. So if you're in the hitter's side of the dugout, you say base hit ball 4 here. If you're on the field, you say, give me strike 3. And instead it will be ball 4. Down to first base goes G. Bethel. So Bethel on board. And that brings up the leadoff man, Sheldon Nemore, again. Eleuthera is using the DH. High fastball in there, ball one. 1-0 game. Runner at first base for Luther here with 2 gone. Cornish wants a word with his catcher. Leon Cooper, who's actually a pretty good basketball player. He's played on our national basketball team. Now showing his softball prowess. Skips it in there, 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes to Sheldon Nemore with G. Bethel over at first and 2 gone. Now 3-0. So Cornish having some issues with the strike zone again. Inside. Oh, the umpire's going to call that inside corner. He's been calling that one. 3-1. From our angle, it looked like a ball. And that's definitely a ball. So Nemore, hit by pitch, heads on down to first base. And they're on first and second now with 2 gone. For Micah Bethel. So after getting Jeffrey Bethel and Kendrick Davis out, Cornish having some issues closing out. Then, boy, that was a hard hit ball and foul down the first baseline. Or G showing some wheels there. He was already turning third, ready to head home. As I was saying, Kendrick Davis got out to make it 2-away. And now since then there's been a problem. And again, Leon Cooper finding an issue with the softball here. Cornish yelling at him, but you got to talk to him. He's got that mask on. He doesn't know where that ball is. You got to let him know. See him snatch it off so you get a clear view. But if the infielder's got to let him know it's in the front of you, in the back view, wherever it may be. And that one's driven to the outfield. Could be trouble. Right fielder going back. It is gone. See you later. A 3-run shot. To make it a 4-0 ball game. How about that? They say walks will hurt you, and that's exactly what happened there. Flex a little muscle, why don't you? 3-1 blast, and that got the crowd going. Michael Bethel driving it way out of the ballpark. And Eleuthera now in charge. 4-0. And here is Marvin Tookie Wood. So it's Teran Wood. He can hit a ball a long way as well. To the outfield. And that is gone as well. As I mentioned, Teran, if he gets a hold of it, can drive it a long way. And just how quickly can it turn on you? Was a 1-0 ball game just a few moments ago. Now back-to-back home runs for Eleuthera has turned this thing all around for Eleuthera. And Abaco reeling in this situation, just trying to get, remember they had 2 outs already. We're on the verge of getting out of this thing with no more runs given up. And instead, 2 walks followed by a home run and now another to make it 4-0. As Tookie takes strike 1. To make it 5-0, sorry. Strike 2, two quick ones, and Tookie doesn't like that last ball. He's giving him that out edge. Gonna go right back out there again. Tookie throws the bat at it to stay alive. Yeah, and you know, I don't blame the catcher. Umpire's giving you that outside edge. Go a little further and see just how far he's willing to give you. Why not? Just giving up 2 straight home runs here. Little blooper. And foul. And you can see Tuki's just in survival mode at this point. He's just trying to touch it. Just foul it off. And I can't say I blame him. The pitcher, that is, he just gave up 2 home runs and now on the bad end of a 5-0 score. Keep going outside and see just how much the umpire. Instead, he's going to drive that to the left side. That's going to drop in for a base hit. So Tuki able to stay alive, punches one into the left field area for a base hit, and the inning keeps going. 2 hits now, by the way, for Tuki. He's 2-0 at the plate. 2 for 2, I should say, at the plate. And here is Shenpil Delancey. Delancey swinging at the first pitch over the shortstop. They'll take the force out at second, and that'll finally end the inning. But not before Abaco gets 4 runs across. Back-to-back home runs, and now it's a 5-0 ball game. Eleuthera with the lead. We will go to the top of the 3rd. But oh, how the excitement is built up now for Team Eleuthera. Just like that, it can turn. And we saw exactly how they always say walks will hurt you. And they certainly did just now. If you're Eleuthera, if you're Abaco. Hornets got the hitters Jeffrey Bethel and Kendrick Davis out. But then issued a walk to G. Bethel and another to Sheldon Nemore with a hit by pitch. Micah Bethel then drives one deep and out of here for a 3-run shot. And right behind him, Teran Wood with a solo shot to center field to make it where we stand now, 5-0. So Eleuthera sitting comfortable here in this 3rd inning. Top of the 3rd. And now Abaco's got some work to do offensively. They'll try and start, but at least getting a base runner here. This is Trevon Heel leading off. Following him will be the leadoff man once again, Demetrius Roll, and then Jared Douglas. A little late on the fastball, fouls it away. Quickly with a strike on him. A strike to Trevon Heel. And here's the pitch now coming in for Pinder. Is it me or does he look scared right about now? I don't know. He'll take a ball up high. 1-1. One and 1 the count to Trevon Heel. Pinder gets the signal. And here's the pitch coming in from the lefty. And you can, he tips that changeup. If you're a good hitter, you can see that he kind of does a little extra with the hands when he's about to throw it. He's still trying to feel that grip in the glove. 2-1. A little squirrel back to the pitch to the catcher. Gets away from the first baseman, Tuki. And on board. That would have been hard to get him in any event. But a good throw might have gotten it done. I'll see if they give him a hit on that. Either way, he's on board. So Heel, the leadoff man, gives Abaco a base runner, and here comes Demetrius Roll. As Abaco trying to answer back after giving up 4 runs to trail here 5-0. We're in the top of the third. That one gets away. Runner's going to advance down to second. So Luther with the 5-0 lead. And now Abaco trying to answer here in the third. Pinder. Grounder over the second, and he can't field it cleanly. So not so fast. Here comes Abaco. They're on the corners, but nobody out. And this dirt here in the infield proving to be tough to field in. Still thick right there in front of that area, and the ball stayed down on him. He was looking for it to come up a bit. Didn't happen. Jared Douglas now will try to see if he too can get on base. Pinder with the pitch. Swings and misses. Big number 99. A little tardy on the fastball there. Picks up strike one. Oh, 1 pitch. Took a little something off, pops it up to the right side. Should be an infield fly rule, and it will get him. So Tougie makes the catch for the first out. And that'll bring up Leon Cooper. Minus the mask this time. The mask didn't work. So he takes the mask down, and they tried without it. Let's see if that makes a difference. Shows bunt. Fouls it back for strike one. Perhaps Cooper is trying to not display his full goatee. Swings at a high fastball, put on to second base, and they will get him. Two away now on the throwdown. And I think Tougie was saying they thought he struck out, but no. They thought they had to strike him out, throw him out, but instead they'd have to do it the old-fashioned way, as Cooper will go back to the plate. 2 strikes on him now. Two strikes to Leon Cooper. Facing off against Sheldon Pinder here. Luther was threatening, but that has since been erased. Cooper puts it into play. And making the play on the grounder, kicking it himself, is Tougie Woods. And so Abaco threatens, but they come up empty. We'll move to the bottom of the third. They leave a couple stranded. Our score remains 5-0. And there is a good look from our center field camera. As the action continues here on this first night of softball. This golden 6th edition of the Bahamas Games, Golden Jubilee Bahamas Games. Boy, I tell you what, we have seen some. Glad to first of all have it back. Glad to have the Bahamas Games back again. It's been a long time, but so happy to see this great sporting event return. A lot of people had their doubts about this, but I'm glad to see they persevered and were able to get it going. And a whole new crop of Bahamians who perhaps a lot of them had never seen the Bahamas games, had perhaps only heard of them. And now they will have this experience to talk about. Those of them that are competing, and perhaps even those that are watching for the first time, will say they experienced the Bahamas games and will now look to either be competitors one day, if they're already competing, to look to even get better next time around. So here we go, with Marvin Toogie Wood at the plate. No, this is actually Smitty at the plate. He's a little tardy on the fastball, cut it off the end of the bat for a strike. Orlando McPhee, the DH. And they're going to say that's outside. And Cooper's saying, man, you've been giving me that pitch for a while. You wanted that one. Smitty chases. He is what they call a sucker for the high fastball. Can't leave him alone. With 2 strikes on him, here comes the pitch. Goes away for a ball. 2-2 to count. So Orlando puts it in play. Third baseman comes up with it, fires over the first base in time for the out. Nice play there by Mark Douglas, the third baseman. Kept the glove low, came up firing, and able to get McPhee by a couple of steps. Here's Jeffrey Bethel. Takes ball 1 down and in. Grounded to the shortstop, and it stays down, gets right by him. He was anticipating, and that's one of those plays, you know, that's lazy fielding right there. You got to get in front of that ball. He tried to play it on the backhand, and as a result, when the ball didn't come up, it shot right by him. And showing bunt to throw down to first base, and he's back. Having some issues getting up now. Gonna have to walk that one off. Took a bit of a shot, trying to get back into first base safely. Maybe a little shaken up. Umpire's gonna give him time to see if he can regroup. Looks as if they're going to bring in a pinch runner here. He doesn't look like he can continue. So they're going to bring in a pinch runner. A bit of a freak injury, boy, I tell you. And he can still play in the game. It'll be a re-entry situation if he does. If he's able to continue. So they'll bring the pinch runner in. Meanwhile, Kendrick Davis will step into the plate as a lead throw. Trying to add to their 5-0 lead here. Shows bunt, puts it down. That's going to be an out. Well, he was still in the batter's box, so a dead ball called by the umpire. He did hit it twice, but still in the batter's box, so it's not an out. So with 2 strikes on him now, he digs back in. Runner at first base. Puts it in play and fouls it down the third base side. Softball fans out in abundance here on this opening night of softball here at the Bankers playing field. And here's the pitch. Throw down to second base, and he's in there safely. Showing some good speed. Took off on the pitch. Throw by Cooper, not in time. Now they got a runner at second. 1 ball, 2 strikes here on the hitter. So Kendrick Davis can drive one in here with a base hit. Freddie Cornish trying to leave that runner stranded. Does not offer. He thought about it. He almost got him to swing at it. And now here comes the 2-2 pitch. Got him looking with the changeup. Boy, talk about slow, and slow. I don't know. You got all day to see that thing and at least try to foul it off. But he was falling away anyway, so it was tough for him to make the adjustment. Instead, he goes down as an out. And here comes G. Bethel. Tell you what, that's been his go-to pitch, though. That changeup has been Cornish's go-to pitch. And you got... So we're sitting on a 5-0 game now, bottom of the 3rd inning. Eleuthera with the lead. That correction is 6-0, Eleuthera. 5-1. I didn't see when they scored that 1 run. Abaco did punch one across, so it's 5-1 our score in favor of Eleuthera. And we're in that bottom half of the 3rd inning. And now they got a little conference going on at the mound. Time continues to tick away, though. If you're Abaco here, you're playing on time. It looks as if they're going to make a catching change. So Cooper will take off the gear. They're going to bring in a new catcher. So we're going to see some defensive positioning changes now for Abaco. Still waiting the word to see what the changes are going to be. So they'll bring him a new pitcher. So it looks as if Leon Cooper is now going to come from the catching spot to come and pitch. So that's going to change around. 2-1, 1-2 is what they're telling me. So the pitcher and catcher is going to change positions here. So Leon Cooper will take off the catcher's gear and come to pitch. And the pitcher is going to put on the catcher's gear and go to catch, is what I'm seeing. Well, actually, they're going to take him out completely. They're going to bring in a new player to catch here. Pitcher comes out of the ball game. I don't have the name of the new player yet. You don't see this often, but the catcher who's been squatting behind that plate, you'd imagine he's take a little bit of the sap out of the legs and now have to come in and pitch. This doesn't happen often, and with good reason. The endurance factor comes into play. in a situation like this. But we will certainly see if it turns out to be a wise decision by the Abaco coaching staff. Cooper the lefty. So now we'll have two left-handed pitchers in the ball game, with Pinder pitching lefty for Luther and now Cooper pitching lefty for Abaco. And there's the new player into the ball game, number 6. And I'll see if I can get his name. And this is Latario Mins. And if it's the same Latario Mins who's a triple jumper, he's got a twin brother. So you got Latario and Laton Mins. So I'm not sure if this is indeed. Well, Cooper looks like he's just kind of aiming it in there. This is going to be interesting as this game resumes. But Mins comes in to catch, and Cooper goes from catching to pitching, and we'll see if that does something here to try to change the momentum in this game for Abaco. And what do you know? Cooper throws a strike right by G. Bethel. Here's the pitch again by Cooper. Bounces it in there. Runner going to take off and head on down to third base. A lot of movement in the motion there for Leon Cooper. It's going to make it difficult for him to be consistent with that release. So you can see he's got a lot of hops off that mound and over to the and out of play. Just does get a piece of it. He's got 2 strikes on him here. Pitch to Bethel, and he strikes him out. So Cooper comes in and gets G. Bethel swinging. And I do believe that is out number 3. So Cooper comes in and does the job. And they'll hold this game right where it is. Our score remains 5-1 as we go to the 4th inning. A 5-1 score. Abaco able to hold. And let's see if they can now get something going offensively here. Pinder back on the mound for Luther. As Luther retakes the field to start the inning. There's a good look at our scoreboard. 10 minutes, 34 seconds left to play in this one. 5-1 is our score. I don't know if I've ever seen the scoreboard do this before. It's got a little Christmas light thing going on. A little blinking thing. All right, that's new. Thanks to James Price, who put that thing up last minute. Worked late into the evening to get that scoreboard up and running right after coming off the air with us in our broadcast booth yesterday. And that'll be strike 1 to the hitter as we start the top of the 4th. And this is Mark Douglas at the plate for his second at bat. A little excuse me swing. It's going to stay fair. And to throw to first base. Does it get him? Yes, he does. The umpire initially was going to say safe, but then the foot came down in time to get the out. Now, which one is it? Is he safe or is he out? And they're going to say he is out. So Baston corrects the call in the favor of Eleuthera, and that's going to be an out. One gone. And here's Freddie. Well, Freddie Cornish is out of the game, so here now is the newest player into the contest, getting his first at bat here. Mins. 4-1. Here's the pitch. In there for a strike. One now to Mins. As the at-bat continues. And here comes the 1-1. Fouls it straight back for a strike. Torrey Mins finds himself down a couple of strikes here. One ball, two strikes. And here's the pitch from Pinder. Gets him swinging, strike three. So Pinder, short work of Mins. And now there are two gone. And in steps Theophilus Wallace. And I think he got him. Yes, sir. So Wallace on board after being hit by the pitch. And Abaco has a base runner here. They'll take them any way they can at this point, I'd imagine. So we have the Pinder versus Pinder matchup again. Denzel Pinder facing off against the pitcher, Sheldon Pinder. Now let's see if he can get something going. Puts it in play. Into the outfield for a base hit. And throw down to third base, and he's going to be out. Third baseman throws in the ball and said, hey, looking for this? Ill-advised to try and get down the line there. Good throw from the outfield. And I think that's going to do it. Eleuthera will win this one. The umpires have called this one complete. 5-1 ends up being the final. With less than 5 minutes to go, they decide not going to start another inning. And Abaco goes down 5-1 to Eleuthera here at these Bahamas games. And what a good way to end it. An absolute bullet to third base to get the runner. And that's the way this one is going to finish up. Eleuthera takes down Abaco in their opening game in this men's division. So the umpires made the decision with less than 5 minutes left to go in the ball game. You can't start an inning, that's the rule, with under 5 minutes, and they made the determination it was going to be under 5 minutes, and that's all she wrote. 5-1. Home team was going to be batting, exactly. So they would have probably went well under the 5 minute mark. Didn't make any sense to finish the game at that stage, and so credit Luthra for getting the win here, 5-1. Good start to the tournament for Team Luthra. Good job on the mound, Sheldon Pinder, who gets the win. The big blow came. A 3-run shot by Michael Bethel. And that was followed by another solo shot. Back-to-back home runs, Teran Wood. Right after that, to make it a 5-0 game, and that's where we finish up. Our score ends up being a 5-1 lead, a victory, I should say, for Luthra over Abaco. And this crowd enjoying themselves immensely as softball is back, ladies and gentlemen. Big time here in these Bahamas games. Bahamas Golden Jubilee Games, the 6th edition. It's been 22 years, but we are back. And I'm not sure who the next game will be on the schedule. I don't happen to have a copy of it right in front of me, but I will endeavor to find out for you. Coming up on the 10 o'clock hour here. Here at the ballpark. Like that. Well, after that one, we have a ladies game, and then Exuma against the Long Island men will wrap things up for softball here this evening at the Blue Hills Fields. So there's still more softball to come. There's 2 more games left on the schedule if you want to come down here and watch them. And we'll take a moment here in the announcer's booth while they set this next game up.
driving a black Honda Civic AV 1109. Your automobile vehicle place, you're blocking on somebody. Once again, it's a black Honda AV 1109.